Hey there, it's Mindy from simplymindy.com, and today I'm sharing 3 thrift flips for my home decor. Go ahead and subscribe if you enjoy home decor on a budget. For the first thrift project, I'm taking this frame which I found at Goodwill for a few dollars, and I'm just going to give it an update. I didn't really like the color, so I'm going to make it fit with my decor. So to start, I'm just taking all the contents in the frame, including the glass, and removing those, and I'm going to give everything a nice good clean. And once everything's nice and clean, I'm just going to go ahead and give it all a nice clean coat of this Waverly chalk paint. And this is the color ink. It's just a black chalk paint. And once my paint is all dry, I'm going to go ahead and take this inner piece and attach it directly to the inside of the frame using this industrial glue by Beacon. When I bought this frame, it reminded me of sort of a farmhouse window decor piece, and so that's how I'm going to be using it. I'll use it on my wall, one of the walls in my kitchen, and I'll add a hook just so that I can display seasonal decor pieces, so smaller pieces on the front. So this will act as a base for that. I'm going to use these small clamps just to keep it in place while the glue dries completely. So I'm using this small command hook. This is one of the clear ones. It's meant for hanging like cords and things like that. And I'm not going to be putting anything heavy on this frame, so I'm just going to go ahead and use the adhesive strip that comes with it, but you could definitely use glue to make this a little bit stronger if you wanted to. And here it is with the Valentine's heart that I made in last week's video. If you haven't seen that yet, go ahead and check it out. I'll link it up here. For my second thrift makeover, I am gonna give these sconces a modern look. I don't even know what this style is, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut off these 2 pieces at the top and the bottom just to give it nice clean lines and bring it up to date. So I'm using my miter saw to go ahead and cut these. As you can see here, I did get a little bit of tear out on the side, but I'm going to go ahead and sand that, and that'll take care of that. if you don't use power tools or you're afraid to use power tools, you could probably cut this with a handsaw. I'll tell you, it would take a little bit longer and you may not get as clean of a cut as far as like something like this at the bottom where it has the curved edge. So I'm using my orbital sander just to go ahead and smooth everything down. I'm not trying to get all of the finish off, I'm just trying to get a smooth surface so that the paint will hold. I went ahead and already painted these with that same black chalk paint, and I wanted to give these sort of a boho touch, so I went on Cricut Design Space and I found this boho style print, and I created a stencil using contact paper, and this is my favorite way to do a stencil to save on cost so you don't have to use expensive vinyl. So I went ahead and printed that out, and I'm just lining it up on the sconce to center it, and I'm gonna stencil it on using this white Waverly chalk paint. And my favorite way to do this is to use the Dollar Tree sponge brushes that are supposed to be for makeup. And after 2 coats, I let this fully dry and remove my stencil. And here are my updated sconces in my entryway. I added them on either side of this mirror that I refreshed back in the fall. I'll go ahead and link that video for you as well. But I put on this glass candle holder. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it that way. I didn't attach it with any glue or anything, but I'm going to leave it like this for now and see how I like it. My last thrift makeover is this bench that I had gotten at a flea market a few years back, and I had previously recovered the top of the bench, but I'm just gonna update it to go with the style that I'm into right now. So I'm using this Rust-Oleum spray paint in the color Heirloom White to give this metal base a nice clean look, and I did have to use several coats on this, and I used almost 2 full cans of this spray paint to cover it completely. For the bench seat, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this fabric. I like this pattern, but it's not gonna work with the look I'm going for right now, so I'm gonna just take this fabric off, and to remove the staples that are in here, the easiest way that I find is to use a flathead screwdriver, and if there's any resistance, I go ahead and use my pliers as well to pull them out completely. Once I have all my staples removed, I'm going to go ahead and remove this fabric, and I'm not doing anything different to the cushion that's inside. I'm not adding any new batting or anything like that. I'm going to keep it just as is and use the new fabric that I have to cover it. I found this printed fabric at Walmart, and it was just under $7 a yard, and I just purchased 2 feet of it, so it was just under $5 for this. And all I'm gonna do is take it and center it under the cushion and staple it right back on. I'm not an expert in upholstery, but I do know that when you're stapling the fabric on, you want to start at one end, put in one staple, and then go to the opposite end and put in a staple there, and continue this on all sides in order to get a clean upholstery project. And you can see here, I probably could have used a few more inches of fabric, but it did work out fine. This bottom piece is going to be sitting on the bench, so it's not going to be an issue. And it's a good idea to have a hammer handy to knock in any of those staples that don't go in completely. Once I get to the corners, I know it's a little bit tough to see this, but I'm sort of pleating it on each side in order to get a nice clean corner. So you'll see here in a second, I'm gonna fold it up and pull it tight so that it creates a little pleat on either side of that corner. And then I'll just go ahead and staple on the excess. To cover up the bottom of this, I used this piece of black felt fabric that I had on hand, and I just stapled it in the same way all around. And here's my completed bench. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe, and come back for more home decor on a budget.